Hello everyone, and welcome to the Gale Archives channel. This is my VOD channel on YouTube. You'll see all the VOD uploads here. I occasionally make shorts, and who knows, I'd like to do some scripted content, some fireside chats maybe, just see how things go. You're about to see the debut VOD for the channel. Just to let everyone know, I did have some scuff for the first two streams. So this stream, uh, there were really only issues. People couldn't actually see the video, but luckily I recorded it locally, so we're still able to salvage it here. Next VOD, I'll have a similar intro for this, and then for everything else, it's just going to be a mostly unedited upload of the VOD. If you'll see, though, I did leave in the upper right corner here my follower goal. That was not a mistake. Cut that out. And if you could drop by the channel on Twitch and leave me a follow, we're trying to hit affiliate so we can use some of the really cool emotes I got set up already. I'd really appreciate it. Stop by, maybe chat a bit. You don't have to. You can lurk, it's fine. But anyway, enough of this, and let's get into the debut. Hello, everyone. I am your purveyor of puns, distributor of dad jokes, connoisseur of cringe, and most importantly, your humble host of the Crossroads Clearing. I am. There we are. Galewind. But you can just call me Gale. Galewind's a little too long. Welcome for the first time to the Crossroads Clearing, a liminal space in the form of a pleasantly rainy forest clearing with my treehouse room behind it that summons people who need a community, lonely, in need of support, in need of someone to support, bored and misclicked on the stream, but you're here now. All perfectly valid reasons to be here, and I hope you stay with us a while. Aside from host of the clearing, I couldn't really tell you much about who I am. I've been here as long as I can remember, but it's always nice when people come by. As for a community name, I'm thinking of calling everyone survivors. In the positive sense, we are survivors. It's an assertion that we have survived and that we will going forward. It's also a reminder that everyone else, both with us and without us, are facing their own trials, and to treat everyone with a little patience and empathy. For now, I'm a variety video game VTuber, just like most of the others. But as I get more comfortable and more capable to do other things, I wouldn't mind doing things like painting streams or gardening content when I'm finally allowed to have a garden, thanks HOA. But that might be a little ways away. Down below you'll find my schedule, and I'm still figuring things out for YouTube, which I already scoffed once. Turns out you have to wait 24 hours to be able to stream. I didn't know that until last night, so for now we're just here on Twitch. But anyway, Mondays and Wednesdays we'll be here 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. EST, and maybe later we'll work our way to going to 8:30 or add in a third day. It'd be kind of nice. But for now, it'd just be good to hit affiliate and learn editing, and frankly have time to crash out from learning editing. I do want to have a theme around difficult or intimidating games, because I see online a lot of people are scared to play things like Dark Souls or Project Zomboid or things like that. They're just intimidating. So I want to try and show people that things really just aren't that bad, you know? As for games, there's really not a lot that I actively dislike and that you wouldn't find on the channel. Unless I get dragged into some mass collab, I'm not going to be playing a MOBA or fighting games. No pure visual novels, but games that are part visual novel, like Persona. I do love Persona. I want to cover those at some point here in the future. I'm sure no one's surprised at this point by the theming, but I love survival games and JRPGs, RPGs, colony sim games. I pretend to understand engineering enough for things like Space Engineers or Stationeers, so I'm sure we'll have some fun in those going forward. but for today, I did want to stick to something a little more cozy, a little more comfy that maybe some of us are familiar with. And that is, if it loads, come on, buddy. This doesn't normally happen, I swear. There we go. It's getting it now. All right. You guys should be able to hear it, but I cannot. There we go. Okay. All right. Has anybody actually played Project Zomboid here? Is anyone else familiar with this game? I mean, I'm sure you guys know it, but has anybody played it? So I do like to use a few mods. Most of these are just quality of life. Some of these are HD things. I'm a bit of a brat. I need things to look nice. Never made it very far, Pixie Sticks? Yeah, I can't say I have either, but I like to try. It's always fun. It's one of those games you get 3 or 4 days into, and then usually I die horribly because of just bad choices. 20 days? Oh, I think I've made it to 20 days a couple of times. Honestly, I just keep getting too overconfident. Let's see. I don't know why I'm going to name the save file here. I only ever start in Riverside, but it helps me remember where I'm at. Oh no, it doesn't have my preset. Okay. I thought I checked that beforehand. Let's see. So we're just going to change a couple of things. I want to start at 5 a.m. I don't think there's a whole lot else that I actually change here. None of that. Weapon multi-hit, that's a big one. Nope, nothing there. That's fine. Where was the gas station? Yeah, this is cope on my part. I don't know why I bother setting it to full. I'm not going to get far enough to figure out that I would run out of gas. Let's just rename that. That means I'm going to have to remake my other preset, aren't I? Shoot. Okay, well that's not too bad. Where is Carpenter? Then let's see, what do I normally do? Fast reader and outdoorsman are huge. Outdoorsman should probably cost more for the fact that you have 90% chance of just not catching a cold. Yeah, that's how that works. Feels very strong. Although again, I don't normally live long enough to catch a cold, so maybe that doesn't matter either. Do I want... Yeah, because then I have enough points to get dexterous. There we go. And this is fairly basic. I like to start with Carpenter because I really like to try and rush getting the rain barrels first. Because I feel like everything after the rain barrels is pretty easy to set up. Let's see. Sorry, I had presets for all of this. I don't know how it got deleted. Let's see. Where did they all go? There we go. Right. those. Okay. Let's see. We have to actually set our name. Sure, that's how that'll go. Okay. I'll just save that. Definitely want presets in a game like this. There's nothing wrong with resetting the game constantly until you get the start that you're looking for. So in the game, there are skills, and there's a TV show that runs at typically 6 a.m., noon, and 6 p.m. for the first 7 days. And it moves a little bit. We start at 5 a.m. because for some reason there's a 5 a.m. showing of the show on just the first day and nothing else. And so we're trying to get that, but we need a house with a TV in it to start, just so that we can watch our show. Oh, okay, there we go. I cannot see anything, but I know there's a TV here. Nice. We're going to turn the volume way down on that. And then I'm going to try and figure out the UI a little bit here, because it seems to have moved everything just enough to be unfamiliar. I don't think I changed anything. So we're just going to hang out here and watch the TV for a minute. You can see that fishing plus there. So this huge list of skills over here. The fishing is going up because the first episode is the fishing episode. We just try to get anything we can at this point. Try to move some of this around. I want to leave the health screen open at all times, because that's always going to be nice. The game also is a little unforgiving. You can get a bite, and just like traditional zombies, that means you'll be infected and become a zombie. But sometimes you get the bite animation and you only get a scratch. And those only have a chance to turn you into a zombie. So I just like being able to see right away, oh, did I get scratched? Did I get bit? You know, how do I have to drop everything in my base and immediately run into the woods and wait? Or, you know, what are we doing? Right, immediately, we're just going to start looting the house around here. Trying to cross the line between the inevitable curse of VTubers and just narrating everything we do versus tutorializing the game, because there's a lot to this. I'm going to start grabbing anything that seems useful. And then I'm going to hang out before we leave here, and I'm going to try to see if we can get the second TV show. Frying pan. All right, sure. We'll use a frying pan as a weapon. That'll be fun. You keep bleach for it. That's probably faster than what I do. I'm kind of a baby. I'll just start over and pretend I'm playing hardcore because I don't know how to handle it when I turn into a zombie. I just kind of get upset, but we're not going to do that this time. Oh, here we go. And then we got the cooking show up. So again, one of those skills, the cooking is actually really nice because cooking takes a large investment to be able to do anything with it. It's just, you get very little XP for every time you do a cooking action in the game. So getting the cooking shows is actually really nice of a boost. I don't want to skip through all the dialogue in case anyone wants to read those, but it's really nice. They actually have probably decent recipes. It's not like I've tried to cook from the game before. Right, let's see, where are we? Okay, I know where we're at. Oh, there's a lot of zombies over there. We're gonna not go that way. Now, I know right now that stealing mail is a federal crime, but everyone's a zomboid, so no one cares. We're gonna steal all the mail that we can on the way to the house that I like to try to stay at. What I'm looking for the most is, in order to use a generator, you have to get a manual on using a generator. Because I don't know if anyone else has ever seen a generator in real life. They are not just plug and play. It is not that simple. You do probably actually need a book to figure it out. Also, yes, I am incredibly calm right now. You can just walk past zombies and be fine. They will not catch you unless I'm running out of stamina or something else is going on. I do at some point want to start running to see if I can get to the house I want to get to before the next show starts. And if I can find one or two people just hanging out separately, I want to try and steal a watch off of somebody. Again, Zomboid is just a game about committing all kinds of crimes. The game does take place in 1993, Kentucky, I think it is. I think that's about the year. And canonically right now, this is 1 week into the infection. There's probably another state that's affected by this point, but it's not like the entire, exactly, crime. It's the best thing. The government goes down, everyone's a zombie. Yeah, you just get to do whatever you want. But there's probably 1 or 2 states that are affected, like maybe Indiana or Ohio probably have some zomboids by now because the outbreak happened. But the rest of the world is still, as far as we know, just fine. All right, let's see. Is he playing dead or is he actually dead? Oh, did I get it? I got the watch. All right, great. So now the reason we cared about the watch, and someone please tell me if I'm talking too much. I don't want to drown anyone in exposition here. That guy's got a gun. Guns are bad for you, though. Thanks, I try. I have lots of experience messing that up and getting bitten in the neck. There was a Hunter magazine back there. Those teach you how to make traps. But those are something else that we're just probably not gonna get to very quickly. What was I saying? Right, guns. Guns are as loot set or randomized. So the map itself is set. Like this house here will always be a house here, but there are random zombie locations to an extent. The loot is all randomized. Whether a house or a building is burned down, because we'll probably see some of those as we walk through the neighborhood, that's random. There are also survivor houses, because we're not the only people who tried to survive. We're just, canonically, I think we're the only people that are immune from the airborne infection. We can still get it from saliva and from blood contact. So you can find houses with all the windows boarded up. And if you can get in there, you'll probably find a few zomboids of the people who survived. You can find tons of loot and like really nice weapons and things in there. Oh yeah, you can definitely find loot. It's more heavily weighted in certain things. Like the police station has a lot of containers that have guns, like you're saying. Or if you check metal shelves in the garage, you're always more likely to get tools there. Can I? No, couldn't see if the trunk was open. It wouldn't have been anything that useful. Let's see. Still no generator manual. Hey buddy, we're just gonna keep walking. But there is a house to the, this is, I can't think of the right word. The north is up and right for us. So I want to say it's southwest, southeast. There we go. I know the compass. Don't question me. I know what I'm doing. There's a house in the southeast that I like to live at. I don't know if, probably not, if anyone else has ever tried to get into this game. There's a YouTuber called Dr. Incompetent who makes really good long-form tutorials for these kind of games. And honestly, I just learned from his first playthrough, and I'm more than a little autistic. I just kind of get stuck. Just stuck in a habit. So now I go to that house every time. It's great. The trees are a little treacherous. This is what I mean about me making bad decisions. I'm just walking through the trees. Who knows what's on the other side? It's fine. There's a broken up car. Maybe I can get in the trunk. I can. Duct tape. I'll take that. Duct tape is nice. Mostly for repairing tools and weapons and things. See, who's behind me? Just a few people. Okay. If we could, I would be crouch walking through here. Noise is a very big mechanic in the game that they don't tell you much about. The tutorial, it's decent, but it doesn't explain things explicitly. it'll tell you, you know, crouch, you'll make a little less noise, but it doesn't explain every action makes noise. Oh, it almost got me. It almost got me. Keep trying. That's okay. I'm gonna embarrass myself later and actually get caught by one of them. Let's see, what else are we doing? As we're making our way through here, I do want to see if I can see inside any sheds or garages. I'm just gonna check the door as I walk by here if no one's sitting in front of it. Can I open it? Nope, door's locked. Okay. I might need to do the sound balancing a little bit. I didn't know if you guys could hear that. If you try to open a locked door, you jiggle the door, you know? And that also makes a noise. That also alerts zomboids. Let's see. Do we have any good mail books here? And again, I tend to play really zoomed out because it's just, you get more information that way. You can see farther ahead. If this is not the best viewing experience, let me know. I will happily zoom in and cut myself off at the ankles here just for the sake of it being better to watch. Plus, that's more fun, right? It's always more fun when you fail. Nope, newspaper. Another newspaper. Come on, guys, get me a manual. Oh, I don't. Okay, you have fun over there. Don't know if I'd be doing that in the street, but anything. Let's see. So we got the watch. I don't know if I got a chance to talk about that. The watch is also very important. That's the only reason that we can see the time and the temperature and the date up here. We got a digital watch, so we got pretty lucky with that one. Do I have time to just wear this? I don't want it sitting in my inventory. There we go. That actually also shows us, if I go here to info, you can see how long you survived for, because your survivor now knows the date and time. So you can actually get a little more info on the screen that way. Temperature matters, but you have to survive long enough for temperature to matter, and I don't usually. So it's nice to see. The time is the important part, and the fact that we can set an alarm on the watch, because the watch alarms are pretty quiet. So we can set those off and it won't drag too many zomboids to our location if we want to take a nap before a TV plays. Yes, this is also just like being a kid and waking up for Saturday cartoons. You just set an alarm and you're like, oh boy, Life and Living TV is coming on. I can't wait. And then you get to go watch a show about carpentry. And for some reason, The Carpenter has a lot of euphemisms and is very suggestive. I don't know what that's about, but you know, it works. It works. Let's see. So we're rearing around the corner here. Ooh, cooking magazine. What's this one do? Bread dough, biscuits, and pizza. That's fun. So guys, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I can't eat any of that, but I can make it for you guys if you want. Anybody want pizza? You know, maybe it is something about being a good carpenter. Maybe it's just working with wood all day. After a while, you don't stop laughing, saying that out loud. And you're just like, you know what? No one's going to question me. I'm just going to make all the euphemisms I want. It'll be great. Let's see here. So how are you guys doing? It is windy as heck where I am. I keep hearing the house groan and the snow is coming down sideways outside. I'm just going to stay inside. Unlike what we got. Okay. Let's see, we got two of them walking toward. This house here is the one I want. I want this house. It's not burned down and there's no boarded up windows. Oh, okay. Oh, nice. So, first thing, good to get knockdowns. I can just stand on this person's chest all day, and they won't get up. They'll just hang out. And then if I aim for their head, then you actually do a little more damage. Let's see. Oh, they had a fork. That's what was sticking out of their chest. Nothing good. Oh, we got some attention, though. Yeah, Pixie 6. Yeah, I don't know what it is about the northeast US in general. Our weather is just one day it's raining, one day it's snowing and ice out. Get real tired of shoveling the snow in the driveway. Okay, I should be paying better attention. Let's see, can I figure out here? There's one guy over here on the other side of the fence. The cone of vision is really cool about this game. It also throws people off. You can kind of see people if they get this close to you because you hear them is how the game justifies it. But just learning that you have to actually turn and look. Got a few people over there. That's not too bad. You can peek inside of doors and windows. Door's locked. All right. No house alarm. Okay, we're good. Let's see. Right click and close the window. Yeah, just like you would expect in real life, the houses can have house alarms. And those are very loud. They will pull... Okay, you hear that? There's a zomboid somewhere. Busting on the door. Oh, it's the front door. See how the door's jiggly here? Jiggly door. Oh, that's a lot of them. All right. So we're gonna back away slowly. That's a lot of them. All right. This might not work out too well. I'm just gonna keep this up for as long as we can. See what I mean about overconfidence? No. All right. Fine. No. I'm sorry, I keep trying to look over and check chat, and I don't want to just die right here for it. Let's see, if we don't have 3 of them here, I could be standing on one's chest while I punish the others. Oh, got him just in time. Okay, no one here immediately. We'll steal that watch. And then we're gonna head back inside because I heard more doors banging. There's another one. Is there anybody in here? No. Okay. Who's in the bathroom? Just one zomboid. There's a meme in this game that's the party bathroom because at some point the generation was a little weird and you could just open up a bathroom door and there'd be like 10 zomboids hanging out in there. Don't know what they were doing in there when they got infected, but let's see. Oh shoot, it's 12 o'clock. I wasn't even paying attention. Gotta get our TV on. Oh, that's true, actually. I wonder, Pixie6, do you know if you pick deaf, does the alarm not wake you up either, though? Because I know visually, or not visually, audio-wise, you just hear it less. Exactly, bathroom party. Let's see, so we're waiting for the show to start. It's going to kick in after this advertisement. We found somebody making peanut butter and jelly on the table. So we're just going to steal all that. Woodcraft, yes. Best show ever. In fact, while that's going on, I'm just going to sit on the ground. And get a grab on. Because my goodness, I don't talk all day, actually. This is the most I've talked probably all week, and it's been half an hour. Not bad. Oh, it takes the alarm away entirely? Jeez. Yeah, no, I'm not brave enough to play with deaf. I don't know. I think you've been here since the start, Pixie, but I chose obese. I don't tend to do a lot of fence climbing and trying to get around and things. I find that usually just means I'm going to die to begin with. So I take this because that way I get a little extra leeway with my weight at the start of the game. Let's see. Okay, yep, show's over. All right. What do we have? And I'm going to close that door because just like us, the zomboids can see through doors that are open. Oh, we got a hammer. Okay. So we're going to take the hammer. This one's really important. Sneakers are okay. They have less bite defense and scratch defense though. Walk in here, check it out. What we got? Ooh, a wrench. That helps a lot. You know, that's a good point. If you're actually just deaf in real life, I guess it doesn't make a difference. You just get a free points buff for that, huh? So you got some food in there. Sorry, I might also be going a little quick. The inventories are up here at the top of the screen, and you can kind of see highlighted here. That's how you can tell what I'm looking inside of. I love that I'm explaining Zomboid like they're people that haven't already played it. Can opener. This is gold. Yeah, exactly. You just passively lose weight playing the game. I can't imagine being in this kind of scenario. I would die. That would just be the end. We don't want this. So we're going to place this on the counter so it looks nice. I'm just going to put the fresh food in here for now. There we go. Just going to do a little bit of organizing while we're right here. When did I get a mug? Okay. Well, that works. I need the mug anyway. I'm thirsty. Let's see. I'll just fill that up again. I also don't know how that I just carry a mug around me like this. Yeah, maybe. I would be afraid to have to gorge all my food immediately starting out just so I didn't die or get debuffed. But you know what? That is just part of playing the game, is figuring things out. So you can see when this appears here, this means I'm in ready stance. So when I open the door, I'm always immediately ready to smack someone in the face. Let's see, oh, we need a sheet. Need another sheet. Oh, bandages. Those are nice. What's on the counter? Antibiotics. Take those. There's also just a lot going on. So if you guys just have any questions or I'm doing a thing that doesn't make sense, definitely just let me know. I can try and answer. But things like, why did I pick up the rope just then? Don't know. I don't think I know what that crafts. So we're just gonna take these books downstairs. A little hungry, a little overburdened. Not anything to be afraid of. The pens are nice. And that's right. I have to walk over here and kind of awkwardly scoot around everything. Let's see, I don't think I have either of those. Glue is good. Close all the curtains and stay inside. Who knew this was just a VTuber simulator? Outside is dangerous. People are scary. I'm going to stay inside and close the curtains and make sure that this alarm is turned off. See that? It says alarm is checked. You can find those alarms just spawned in houses because it makes sense. People have alarm clocks. But if you don't check everything in the house, someone's alarm clock is going to go off upstairs when you're comfy, and then 4 zomboids are going to try to break down your door and let another 20 in that are all alerted by the noise. See the bathroom here, nothing good. Oh, the light was already on, or off. Turn that off. Anything in here? Not much. I need a black pen. Do I already have one of those? No, I do not. Let's see. Nothing in there. I was hoping for a fanny pack. Those are nice to just carry your inventory. More like having a separate category for stuff. A suitcase. Ooh, a leather jacket. We'll just steal someone's clothes. I'm sure it's fine. They're not going to use it. They're not. And I mean, look at that. I can't zoom in any further, but look at that. That looks good on me. That's fine. That's not theirs. Not anymore. Now it's mine. And it looks good. All right, let's see. So why did I grab those sheets upstairs? Oh, it took all my settings away, actually. No. Don't do that. Close the curtain. And then real quick, we're going to fix that because I am an American child that doesn't understand how 24-hour time works. That's not true. I just don't want to have to do mental math, and this is much easier. You know, the clothes, well, but the clothes were found in a wardrobe. I mean, maybe they put their own stinky clothes back in the wardrobe? I don't know. Okay. I keep doing that. Close the curtains. There we go. Now I can't see outside, but no one else can see inside. Just like blackout curtains. It's perfect. Let's see. 3 p.m. We're a little hungry, but that's not terrible. So we're going to try and make this home a little comfier. Can I turn on the light switch, please? There we go. It's a little finicky with the... Why am I blinking on what this camera type is called? That's okay. It'll come back to me when I don't need to remember it anymore. Okay. Now we're just going to move all of our skill books onto this shelf. And then I've still got my mug of water. I've got some crafting stuff. Sorry, I try not to do that. I have a bad habit of clearing my throat. Grab one of those. Okay. And what do we have over here? Another pen, some entertainment. I'm going to put these over here. All right, we're just getting the house organized. We're getting figured out, getting us acclimated to the house. Why am I losing all of my words today? Okay. All right, everything else here is good. So we're going to move these over to the other drawer. I like to make this one my crafting stuff. We're going to take these, put them in here. We're going to steal everybody's digital watches. And later on, when we get a screwdriver, we can pull those apart for electronics experience. That's going to be nice. The scissors and the wrench can go on the ground. I'll keep the saw on me for now. It's not too bad. And then... Right, let's go get this put back on the shelf. And then we can start looking around to see what's going on in our neighborhood. Do I already have electrician one on here? I do not. Okay. I hear a zomboid hanging outside of the house. Oh, we have some people in the neighborhood. Oh. Okay. Time to walk around. We have been spotted. Luckily, we have the yard gnome here to keep us safe. He's a good luck charm. That's a lot of zombies. Well, you know what? Let's just see how it goes, right? Just try to knock everybody over. Smash all their heads in. It actually went pretty well so far. This is when someone walks up behind me and bites me on the back of the neck in a not very attractive way. I know the music is still going. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Is anybody else around here? Oh, there's just one person. And then we can also stomp with spacebar, and that saves us a little bit on durability, because if I check at a very inopportune time, the condition on my frying pan could be better. Yeah, right. I don't understand how people can take on just entire hordes of zombies like this. There is a YouTuber I watch, Rick Stittrix. I'm probably saying that wrong. And he's one of those Project Zomboid YouTubers that does all the big challenges and the super long videos. And he'll just go through with a screwdriver and take out 40 zomboids while starving and dehydrated, and I don't understand. Okay. Listen, I broke the window, but I don't really need in there too bad. I should have actually looked inside. What's in here? I don't see a generator. That's the important thing. The music is freaking out. I used to think it was combat music. It happens if you see a zomboid. And sometimes it just happens randomly. It just wants to freak you out. And to be fair, it would be really freaked out in this moment. So what do we get? We have some chips. I'll just eat that entire bag of chips. See, what else do we have? Okay, if I stand over here and do it, Can I reach everything? Or no, I think I have to go, yeah, I have to do it from the bread slices. So from here, I can reach inside all the containers. So you can kind of craft from container in a way. You'll see that little progress bar over my head means that I am actively moving something from a container around. Now this is the cooking system. Each ingredient, and it's also really small on there, I'm sorry, the contains, it has those two little icons. So I've put marmalade and peanut butter on the sandwich so far. If it says add it as a spice, then it adds happiness to it. Because your character can get bored and eventually depressed and eventually wants you to re-roll a new character. We'll phrase it that way. You never just like, you don't end it, but you know. So we'll just prevent that a little bit. We'll have a peanut butter and marmalade, olive oil, and salt sandwich. My character's a little hungry. How much does this fill? 18 hunger. What is it, 72 carbs? Oh, that won't kill me at all. That'll be fine. In Project Zomboid, at least your pancreas works. Let's see. Got a drink. Do I need to refill? Yep, need to refill the mug. It is pathetic, but at least it's something. Okay. Exactly. You can just make monstrosities out of food in this game. It's wonderful sometimes, and your character likes it. I mean, I guess you can't be picky in this kind of moment, but no, that sounds horrible. 5:20 p.m. Okay, so I don't want to go too far because I want to watch TV because that hasn't changed about me. So what else can I... Nope, don't pause. What else can I cover? Well, there is the map. So this is actually filled in as we go. And you can see we have walked... That's a little too far out. We have walked from this house here all the way down the road, all the way down here to this house over here where we want to live. And over on the side, we can add in little icons. Now, I do have a mod that lets me resize these because by default, that's a really big icon. I kind of want to make it a little smaller here. And if you have different writing utensils in your inventory, you can add different colors. So I can only do this because I have a black pen, a pencil, and then a red and a blue pen already. I have an eraser, so I can remove the markings and move them around. So that's why I picked up this seemingly random set of writing utensils earlier on. Shoot, I'm going to walk over to the TV. The tweezers are really important because they let you pull glass out of your hands. If you shatter a window, like I don't know if you guys saw it, the window over here is shattered. And if you try to go through the window while it's broken without clearing the broken glass out and you're not wearing gloves, you'll get the glass all stuck in your hands. So you need the tweezers to pull that out or you're just kind of, it hurts. It's not fun. Ooh, fishing episode. I say as I have yet to fish once in this game personally, but I never want to miss the episode. While that's going, I have only done about 1,000 sound checks before setting all of this up, but I do still want to ask, is everything good? Is the audio great? You guys are doing good? Yeah, fishing feels like it'd be really fun, and I mean, you see where I live. I don't typically make it far enough. It's a little quiet, the game or me or both. Because I can fix it. Okay. Here, let me adjust that a little bit. Actually, I keep it a little quiet on myself. So we'll just turn everything up by a single notch. And then hopefully we don't get jump scare noised. Thanks, I appreciate it. There's only so much you can do. I feel like you do the recordings in OBS and then you go live and suddenly everyone says a different thing. Oh, okay. So So got a little attention here. And I'm just crouched over at the edge. I'm just trying to get the attention of like one, maybe two guys at a time. You know how it is. You go out and you want a little attention. Maybe two guys at the most. No, that's not where I'm going with this. I'm waiting for the frying pan to break because I also just remembered it's nearly broken. No. Don't you stand up. Okay. So this is also indicative of something else I meant to say. Combat makes a noise, sure. The killing blow makes slightly more noise than everything else in combat. So I was safe to pull them and fight them. I was not safe to execute them. Come on. Come on, step on that. There we go. Buddy, are you okay? You okay? Maybe that was his house. Maybe the garage door's broken. He's just having a bad time. He's gonna be behind me. Okay. Okay, I think we survived that. Let's see. Yeah, that could be better. We need to find a real weapon soon. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna keep that on health. That's more fun. Sneak up on this guy and get him with a frying pan. My audio, like my voice? Keep hitting escape when I don't mean to. Okay, yeah, let me scoot that up a little bit. OBS has me like nearly hitting the red, so I thought I'd be a little loud. Is that better? Show's louder on my end anyway. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, there's just a few people in there. Can I get inside? Oh, there's a lot of people in this house. Maybe... you see all these chips and beers on the floor. Oh, okay. No. No. You leave me alone. You leave me alone. I did not say you could touch. Who are you? Okay. And then, you know what? Let's remove the broken glass from this window. And then let's not climb through, because I really thought better of that idea. We're just gonna stand up and walk away a little bit. Not that direction. How about over here? That might be better. But you know what? Maybe we'll just go back inside and we'll collect ourselves. Actually, you know what? Maybe no. Maybe there's a weapon in the garage I can get. Smash the window in. See about this. Remove the broken glass first. I still need gloves. There we go. That glass on the floor also makes a noise, but I need gloves to pick it up. Ooh, a hand axe. And just in time. Please, please. Yes. Well. Anybody else? No? Good. Got somebody's keys. Please. Can I have them? Yeah. Box of nails and screws. Those are lifesavers. More empty gas cans. I'm going to pretend like I'll use those garbage bags. That's practically gold. Fishing rod and tackle. Well, we're set up for fishing. I just need to get to a point where I can do that. Let's see. What else is there here? I need to find more food. I'm already hungry and could eat a horse right now. I don't know about that. What do I have? Same stuff? Well, you know what? It was good enough last time. Let's just make as many of those as we can. By the way, this game does have multiplayer in the version that I'm playing right now. Let's make sure I'm doing the right sandwich here. Multiplayer is... excuse me. Multiplayer is really fun. The only thing about it is it does change the game pretty significantly. So you don't have to sleep in multiplayer because they couldn't figure out how to make the time pass individually for players like that. So it's a little different, but I mean, it makes a decent collab game. In fact, part of the reason that I got back into this is I was watching Lime Malicious play, and she collabed, who was it? It was Amelie and Giga and Matara, I think, and they were all playing it. I do have, at some point, to do a scripted video. I have, what is it, 8,000 words on a script that's eventually set up for when I figure out editing. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not hungry anymore. We've got a saw and a hammer. We don't have a screwdriver. I don't think I had the carpentry book. I'm absolutely caked in blood, but you know what? It goes with my hair, so it's fine. Oh, you know what? We need to get you out of here. It's not a problem if there's just one or two. The corpses do eventually start to stink and make you sick, and they'll stack up. So it's good just to walk outside and drop them on the floor somewhere. They're also convenient trash cans because eventually, after a few days, I don't know how long it is exactly, they will just fully decompose and whatever items were on them will despawn. So you can get rid of trash. Exactly, what's a little blood? I mean, we've got a washing machine in here. I need another sheet to put on that door though. I don't hear anything going on outside. I gotta check on that every now and then. We don't have a carpentry book. We do have the auto manual. We need 2 more of those at some point. Those will allow us to do mechanics on cars, which is the whole reason I stole that wrench from a while ago. There's a lot to this game. It is, I don't want to say wide as an ocean, deep as a puddle, but it's at least as wide as an ocean and at least, I don't know, as deep as a very threatening puddle, one you could drown in. I don't know, there's enough there, right? It's like colony sim games. You have to do a couple of playthroughs on just like learning carpentry or something. And then eventually, I can't attach that to my back. That's so sad. I want that in my... Do I not have a belt? Or did I lose the... Why is that part of my UI gone? Okay. Did I hit a button somewhere for that? That's weird. Sorry, I'm already getting distracted. Yeah, I've got it. Oh well, I don't have to worry about it. Let's see, it's 1 a.m. A little hungry. Maybe I'll just focus on reading a book and we'll skip through time a little bit while that goes on. Yeah. Well, let's read the magazines first. So, there's another one I haven't explained yet. The books and the magazines give you different effects when you finish reading them. So the magazines will give you stuff like this one lets me do mechanics on performance cars, which I understand what a car is. That's about the end of it. So I still want to find the others anyway. And the magazines usually give you like cooking recipes or crafting recipes or something. 1 second. Okay. The skill books here actually give you a skill, an XP buff. So if I put this back over here, there is each level of the book will give you a up to 3 times experience bonus for 2 levels of a skill. So there are 10 levels of a skill and there are 5 books. So like this one will give me an XP multiplier for level 1 and 2 of metalworking. We don't want that. So we'll probably just take this and we're just going to sit down next to the television. And we're going to read this book here. And then because I'm in single player, I can control the time a little bit. So I'm just going to let time speed by as I read this book. And this is also why we took the perk to read books 30% faster. Because in single player, it's not as bad in single player, honestly. For multiplayer, I feel like it's required to be a little courteous to the other people because you can't speed up time in multiplayer. But in this, I think it's just more for convenience. Okay. And then we will turn on the television, tune in the TV, and like any good person nowadays, we're going to multitask. So we're going to... Is the stream not showing? Pixie, let's see. I've got my preview up. Is everyone else able to see? Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. Twitch is fun. I feel like there's always going to be at least a little scuff on the streams, if nothing else because Twitch. I did want to get YouTube multi-streaming set up, but I didn't realize you have to wait 24 hours after requesting permission. So we're just here for today, but I imagine on Wednesday I'll be streaming to both YouTube and Twitch. So let's see. Oh, the cook show just started. Yay. Kitten knives. Some of these are funny. Some of these are written kind of serious. Let's see. We can speed through this a little bit. The nice thing is you can see there's also boredom going down. So your character, if you stay inside for too long, you get bored. In reading books, you'll also get bored. And if you get bored, it doesn't do anything directly, but it will increase the rate at which your depression increases. Because despite, you know, surviving in the zombie apocalypse and doing your best just to live, you still get bored and depressed without, I don't know, StarCraft 2. So it's nice that the TV kind of offsets some of that. So we're going to drop this garbage bag on the ground. I'm going to go fill up my mug, and I'm going to place this frying pan... I don't know, we'll put it on the oven. That looks nice. Let's see. Oh, it's foggy. It's not too bad, though. Fog can be a lot worse in this game. Just a newspaper. There's a guy trying to get into a house over there. Still no generator manual. Ooh, a Louisville map. That's nice. See, we're just gonna get the... Nope, we're not gonna sneak up on him. He already knew we were here. Yeah, that looks... Anything for me? Nope. And then we kind of cleared out some of this. Oh, hey, buddy. There's already somebody in here hanging out. Can I get in the window, maybe? Come on. You can take the burglar occupation, and that will actually make you less likely to break the windows. And I think it makes it faster to open them, too. But, I don't know. I like going carpenter. I like getting the carpentry boost. Sneak up on him. Nothing, huh? What was that? That's... Oh, okay, so we got somebody in here. Oh, no. We already got him. Oh, hey, buddy. How you doing? Oh, no. Shoot. I'm sorry to hear that, Pixie Sticks. I don't know why it's not displaying for you. That's weird. Oh, you can still hear me. Okay, yeah, that's bizarre. What is going on? No. Okay, well, now we get to see if I'm bitten or scratched because I decided to play with the radio. Okay. Oh, just a laceration. Let me put this band-aid on. Leave me alone. No. Okay. That's probably fine. What could possibly go wrong with that? Okay. We're going to turn off the radio here. You see, I did check it. There's not an emergency, not emergency frequency on there, so we're not going to steal the radio because we would like to get the emergency frequency. Oh, we need, ooh, screwdriver, yes. Don't worry, Pixie, and you're probably not going to miss a whole lot, but in the future, if this kind of thing happens, I am going to be uploading VODs to YouTube, and I'll be streaming to YouTube, so I won't really have to upload too much to begin with, but there's other ways to find my stuff too. So you got bleach. That's not, you know what? It's a little heavy, but we'll take it. Got anything immediately good here? Already doing a terrible job of prioritizing. I'm in minor pain. Yeah, that makes sense. Got anything good? There's some t-shirts in the laundry, man. That sucks. You get in the zombie apocalypse, everyone's dead and trying to bite you and break down your house, and you still have to do laundry. I don't know. I feel like there aren't enough survival shows in this kind of scenario, like The Walking Dead, but everyone's just given up on the idea of clothing. Maybe I'm just lazy. Maybe I'm just too lazy. Right, let's get the lights on. No. Ooh, carpentry 1. I don't need carpentry 1. But we'll take it for a possible future us. Start checking the rooms up here. Yeah, you know, that's something else I don't know if I talked about. It's not exactly roguelike because you don't start over. But if I die, I can re-roll a new character and start in the same world. And I can go find the zombie that I turned into on my last character, and I can go cap them and get my stuff back. Or if you... some people would probably call it abuse. I just think it makes sense. But if you played more sensibly, your old zombie's just hanging out in the woods somewhere without any clothes because you dropped everything. Sewing kit. There's a sheet that I need. What else is here? Toothbrush? Nah, we don't need that. Okay, the bandages are dirty. That's fun. Remove that. Oh, right. Can't clean the bandage. Okay, shouldn't have done that. All right. We're still okay, though. We're going to rip up this formal shirt. I'm gonna find where... I don't need to find where the bandage went. I can use this. There we go. 9:30 a.m. Did I miss one of the shows? Was I a goof already? No. Maybe. That's okay. Not a big deal if I forgot it. Nope, nope. Close the window. Keep it closed. I'm pretty sure you can keep notes and things with the sheets of paper and the notepads, but it's just me, so I don't usually bother to. I'll take that flashlight. Any books? Yeah, you got some books. Nothing fancy. Anything good in here? A crowbar. This is perfect. The crowbar is probably one of the best starting weapons in the game you can get, because you can just find it in a closet in one of these shelves. So if you're lucky, you get that in your starting house, and then it's just a really nice, strong weapon that has a lot of durability and damage on it by default. Okay. Oh, some more people at the end of the street. That's neat. But you can see here we're over encumbered, and we're taking a little bit of health damage over here because of it. So we're gonna go back home and we're gonna just put everything down somewhere. eventually we can use the bleach and a mop to clean up all the bloodstains. But it's really just for fun and flavor. I don't think there's any real negative effect from it. Let's see, let's drop that. Don't really need the sleeping tablets. I can put those away. It's a lot of books. Just eat this entire sandwich. I just like to keep myself organized. So I've got different containers here for all the skill books, all the crafting stuff. I've got a little cleaning and medicine shelf I like to use over here. You can tell this is the only house I ever actually use when I play the game. Put that there, decorate a little bit. Okay, we'll put all our crafting stuff away. That's a little better. Now we're just a little tired from having carried all that stuff around. Sheet here. We will close the curtains on that, and now we can leave that door open. What do we have? Oh, mop and bleach. Okay, cleaning liquid. Strapless bra. I won't need that one. Let's see, remove that. Do I have? I'll just use the adhesive bandage, and we'll clean our rag here and use it again later. 11. I was kind of hoping to find more in those houses, but that's okay. It's not the end of the world. Now we'll turn this on. I'll sit on the ground here and grab. Oh no, what? Mine is the only stream that doesn't work for you? Oh man. What? Did they read my tweets? Are they upset with me? We're just skipping through time here. Woodcraft. Oh shoot. I'm sorry, I accidentally got through all the dialogue of it. I'm anxious. Okay. Well, there's two reasons to be anxious. One of them is fine. One of them is very bad. So, in pain makes sense. We got hurt. Anxious can happen either because the zomboids outside are busting on doors and windows, which they have been, so, maybe it's just that. Or it could mean that I have the zomboid infection from that cut on my arm. And I won't know until I just randomly become nauseous later. So for now, we're going to try and make this life productive, whether it continues for 2 days or 30. It would be very unlucky, and yet it happens to me almost every time. I have had multiple playthroughs where I just accidentally jumped through a window with broken glass because I was dumb, I was still learning, and that would be enough to infect me, or I would get a random scratch from a zomboid, or I'd like trip over a fence, because at first I kept forgetting that taking obese meant that I would trip over fences all the time, and that would be enough to get me infected. Like I catch infection very easily in this game. I don't know why. Oh, we got somebody in here. There we go. Not that shelf. Anything on him? Not really. Alright. What do we have here? Okay, just clearing out the house, closing all the curtains because we don't want anyone to look in. We're going to steal all of their books. Base infection percent is only 7%. Yeah, I don't know what it is then. I would say I should play the lottery, but I think it's the opposite. think I should just avoid anything that could be catastrophic. Stay out of cars and don't ride planes. We'll just close the curtain and just pretend there's glass in that window. That's fine. There's money and playing cards. There's some chips on the floor. Take the wine. I don't drink in real life, but hey, maybe the character does. You know what? What is it? 1:30. We're doing okay. You know what? Yeah. We'll just start taking everything we can find that's food-based, and we'll just drag it all back to the house with us. We do actually want this fork. Some of the cooking recipes require utensils, and so if you don't have a fork or a spoon, it just doesn't let you make things like pancake mix. Let's see, we're just gonna steal all this stuff. Oh, that's right, we do have a screwdriver now, so we can start doing carpentry here in the next little bit. I'm gonna start taking these cold food items back as well. I feel like a more practical version of the Grinch, just walking into these houses and stealing all their food and leaving. If only I could find a backpack, that'd be nice. In fact, yeah, what am I doing? I should have gone through that house for the backpack first. That's okay. I have groceries. I have to get them home and in the freezer, or else they'll go bad. Oh, that's not the freezer, that's the fridge. Put them in the freezer. There we go. Also, yeah, I don't know who's looking that closely, but you saw that right. I stole dog food also. Eventually, we might get to that point. I don't think we will, but I mean, if the dog can eat it, why can't I? You know? It's the same stuff. And oh no, some brands put, what was it, like sawdust, I think some brands put in dog food, but half the stuff they put in people food, like, I think it's fine. I eat it. What I don't know. Things I never thought I'd ask myself. Let's see. Put that wine in the fridge. The dog bacon strips? Yeah, like the dog treat things. I mean, they look like they'd be good, which is usually a sign that they're not, but maybe. That is not going to be a sub goal, by the way. I would 100% Dark Souls 2 before we ever did eat dog food on stream as a goal. Oh no. Okay, is there anything in here? Just underpants? No. Yeah, I don't think I'd actually try kibble. It's funny for a joke, but nah, there's nothing in there. Nothing up here. I'm still anxious. That's not great. Do I have another terrifying sandwich? No, I don't. All right. What do we have? Nope, not the... Darn it. Put the bread knife back down and the fork. Where did it go? Actually, yeah, where did it go? I don't... Is it in my inventory? No. Huh. Okay. Is it on the floor? I wonder how I did that. Alright. Yeah, let's grab the roasting pan is what I meant to do. And let's make a roast. Which I can't because I have to open the cans of things before I can put them in the roast. There we go. Okay. pretty sure canned tuna can go in here. Nope. Canned tuna cannot go in the roast. That is a lie. I've had roasts with tuna in it. Add a bunch of spices here. This also just has the bonus of giving us a tiny bit of cooking XP every time. But it's more for the practice and the fun of it. Add another dose of that. We're getting... Yeah, we're probably infected. The agitation just went up to a new level. Alright. Well, we probably can't add the dog food to it. So I guess this will have to be it. Alright, go outside. Put our trash in one of the zombies. And then I guess we'll just enjoy our canned tuna, and I'll cook the corned beef with jalapeno roast in the oven. We'll get this in here, turn that on. We'll have plenty of time. We'll just drop this tin can out here. Let's see. While that goes... I don't know. I do want to be a little consistent at the start. So on Wednesday, we probably would play this again. But that said, I do have a lot of other games I'd also like to cover at some point. I was thinking at first that we would have one day that's more roguelike survival games or something like this. Or, oh gosh, I can't think off the top of my head now. What else did I have that I wanted to play that was in this category? Things like Stationeers, maybe. I have Surrounded, which I got on sale. I don't know if that's even any good. But then another day of the week, so like Wednesdays maybe, would be like a long-term RPG. So something like, I really want to play the Atelier games, like Atelier Ryza. Those are some of my favorites. But I don't want to... I don't want to get everybody here and excited for Project Zomboid, and then the next day we're playing Japanese teenagers JRPG stuff, and then no one cares. So, I don't know. Is this almost cooked through yet? Come on. There we go. Pull that out of the oven. No pot holders, just bare hands like it was intended to be. I'm not hungry anymore, so we'll just place this. I wonder if I'm not seeing some weird bugs, because that is a frying pan. But it's called a roast. This isn't AGDQ, but that's never happened before. Mug of water. Everything else is still fine. What am I coming up here for? What do I need to do? I need to pull stuff apart for carpentry XP. Now I'll just come over here, zoom time, and then we'll just start pulling everything apart while we wait for the next TV show to start. Drowsy. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, this is our life now. We just reverse IKEA everything in the house to get carpentry experience, because we want this to go from 4, which is nice, and we have it. We want to try to get to, I think it's 7? Let's see. Furniture, rain collector barrel is carpentry 7. Yeah. So if we can get a whole bunch of planks and nails in garbage bags, and then we can get our carpentry up a little higher, then we can start making some nice rain barrels on the side of the house. And if I can find a pipe wrench, I can get those connected to the sink, which magically makes the rainwater drinkable. Don't worry. And then we'll be set for when everything goes out. Yeah, I just got the 3rd level of agitation. I have horrible luck, apparently. Maybe that's the brand going forward? Oh, man. Yeah, I wish all I had to do was break things to learn that. I feel that. College would have been so much easier. Although, to be fair, I think I kind of did just mostly break things all the way through. That's all IT is really about, is just breaking everything. I zoomed right through the TV show. Oops. Well, I don't think it matters for this character anyway. So we're just going to start pulling apart all the doors and tables in the house. And there is. Yeah, we're feeling a little sad. That one's normal. Maybe there's a comic book in here. Although, to be fair, maybe that's a waste on this character. Boredom and stress reduction, no. The food would be on happiness reduction. Yeah, accounting does not like when you break things. The crisis that is doing taxes every year. I think the only lucky point to my debut being delayed as much as it is that I probably won't have to worry about reporting anything on my taxes from it this year. But next year, I mean, hopefully that changes. Let's grab this beef roast. This has happiness on it, right? 21. How much food does it have? 31? Yeah, we can probably just eat that. Oh yeah, we are full on panicking now. Okay. Well, that's a different Moodle. We're a nervous wreck, though. Okay, we got the roasting pan back, even though it was in a frying pan. That's a weird bug. Huh. Alright. Let's see, 9:20 p.m. We're a little tired. We're a little bored. Yeah, let's just go to sleep for the night. I'm sure it'll be fine. Oh no, we're queasy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, confirmed. We got that zomboid infection. 50% in taxation. Yeah, no, that... I believe that. I barely know how to do my own taxes. I have to figure out how to do that without TurboTax at some point. Let's see. That is also slowly lowering our health. Okay. So we're going to take everything that isn't immediately important and we're going to drop it on the floor over here. Yeah, we're going to drop the hammer and the saw and the screwdriver and the crowbar. No, they do not accept a 50% correct tax return. That is true. They throw the biggest fit. It's not even worth watching the show because I'm definitely going to become a zomboid at this point. I got a scratch on my, well, I mean, it was a laceration. I guess it was kind of a big scratch, but I only got a laceration on my arm. It shouldn't have been that big of a problem. Okay. Well, we can spend some time ripping up the clothing on all the zombies and stealing all of the denim. There's a reason for this. I'm not just a weirdo. Just a second. Let's see. How do I do this? Okay. There we go. All right. What else can I take? I'm not gonna lie. I died a lot faster than I thought I would. I was not expecting to just immediately get infected like that. That kind of throws me off a little. Clean all these rags out. Okay, speed up a little bit. Oops, that was the wrong drawer. Move that over to the crafting, please. Please. There we go. And then we're going to drop all of the denim clothing over here. Doesn't still really matter for this character, but I'm saving all of the denim and the clothing because later on we can grind our tailoring up by using the scissors that I dropped on the floor over here and also over here, and tearing apart all of the denim clothing to make denim strips. You know what? I also don't really need a lot of my protective gear, so I can take the jacket off. I don't really need the watch. Part of me is tempted just to go walk into a crowd of zombies and make a new character after that, so that we can at least get some of the TV show. But that feels a bit cheaty. I don't know. Then again, I did just walk out without a weapon. You know what? We can at least go check around some mailboxes in the fog, and nothing bad will happen. Ooh, an electronics magazine. Yep, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to find all the magazines I want, and then I'm going to get just hit by a crowd of zombies. There's a car over there. It looks kind of busted up, but it's probably not worth looking at. Just a sec. Let me check something real quick. Okay. Oh, that's a lot of zombies. Well, let's drag you all further away from where I'd like to live. Come on, everybody. No, no, no. You're not allowed to actually catch me. Just follow me. There we go. Yeah, full panic, which reduces your cone of vision, and in the fog, and also probably, I don't know how long it takes to become a zombie. Maybe a couple of days? Either way, things could be better right now. I can tell there's some people over here, but I want to check the mailbox. Man, there's just no mail in this neighborhood. Nothing. Unluckiest playthrough in the world. Ooh, but there's probably a garbage bag in this garbage can. Get anything? Nope. Please, please. Oh no, I have been bitten. What a tragedy. Actually, they still aren't bites, they're just scratches and lacerations. Alright, we'll just start running through here. I think this character's run is going to be at an end pretty quick. Also, I was wrong. I don't think I can blame that one on being overconfident. Maybe? I did have my back to a door with a radio when I got scratched. I don't think I count that. No, I think that's fine. Sometimes that just happens. Yeah, so all these icons over on the side, by the way, are Project Zomboid's way of telling you if something's wrong with your character. We're just running a collection right now. We're just trying to see how many of them we can get. Do I even... Yeah, I could drop it off in front of the house. Probably just walk by. You just see like 50 zombies chasing us from the fog. Oh, only one. that I could see. Now we're just gonna check out some other houses. And yeah, we're bleeding pretty bad. I'm just not gonna... Yeah, I'm not gonna bother to fix it. This character's gonna turn into a zombie. You know what though? Do I? Maybe... I mean, I'm not doing anything with this clothing. All this blood pooling up on the ground here is my own character's because I'm bleeding. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's not a problem. Bodies just do that sometimes. Like, if the queasiness wasn't enough, the fact that my character's this depressed also is a pretty good sign I'm just infected. Is there a form of... No, I don't know if I can ask about that. Is there a form of anti-lottery where if you lose is how you win? Because maybe I should do that. Hey, guys, come on. Oh goodness, I just realized I have made the silliest mistake. I have still been in the wrong category this entire time. There we go. Sorry about that. Yeah. You know what? Maybe we just go for a straight run. We're just gonna go straight to the school. Thanks, Juno. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate you so much. Have a nice night. Yeah, we're just gonna run straight to the school, and we're gonna see if we can get a pile of books out. Or maybe I just get mogged in this neighborhood like happens sometimes. This little cul-de-sac right next to the school always has so many zombies in it. It's almost like it's a bunch of houses. My neighborhood doesn't have this many people. What are you all doing here? Just zigzag around, all empty mailboxes again. Now here's the thing. If I get in here, I am filling the school with zombies for another character. Maybe we don't do that. You know what? Take me. Actually, I'm not here though, because then if I come back... Yeah, we'll drag them over here, and then hopefully when the crowd disperses, they don't disperse in the direction of the school. Oh no. Oh no, they got me. Oops. Totally unintentional. I survived for 2 days and 7 hours. That was not supposed to happen that quickly. I also just realized why I can't see my belt. It has changed my... resolution. Yeah, Pixie, we had, what, 40 zombies, I think, just chasing after us? But at some point, when you're afflicted, you just turn around and accept your place in the swarm. if I do this, is this going to affect the stream? No, it is not. At least not any way I can see. Okay. And we have spawned back in another house that has no TV. And I already have zombie music. Who's here now? Oh man. We started off in the trailer park at the far west end of town. So now we've got to book it all the way back to the other end of town. You know what? Maybe we'll just run most of the way there. Because if we can get back to our house... Ooh. There's an SUV down here that's pretty bashed up, but it does have a trailer on it. I'll have to remember that and come back for it. Spoiler alert, he did not remember and come back for it later. I will just forget. I didn't see the notification. I am sorry, Pixie. It's 41 minutes late, but thank you for the follow. Really appreciate it. We're trying to hit affiliate as soon as we can. I may have already commissioned a few emotes, and I can't use any of them yet, so it'd be really nice to get to unlock those. I imagine this is how it feels to grow up in Kentucky, just sprinting through the forest. Probably pretending and not actually being chased by zombies. Hold on a sec. Why is this not charging? My tracking's gonna go funky. My iPhone does not want to charge. Are you charging? It says you're charging now. Why were you telling me you were dying a minute ago? Okay, crisis probably averted? Well, sort of. Now I've lost... There we go, okay. That was a funny little glitch. I can lose tracking, and because of the way my mouth tracking is set up, I'll still be talking in my sleep. That's kind of adorable. I like that. But yeah, definitely let me know both here and in the comments of the VODs, because I am going to put out VODs on the YouTube channel for this. Let me know if you guys want to see more Zomboid, or if I'm too bad at this and I'm not allowed to play anymore, let me know. I do want to play the Atelier Ryza series at some point. I have most of the other Atelier games that aren't Ryza that I want to check out at some point on the channel. I feel like Expedition 33 has probably been played to death at this point, but that is one that I played through pretty recently. I 100%ed it, I think 3 months ago, and yeah, if you know, you know what the final achievement was. I uninstalled the game after that, but I would happily reinstall it and just get to that point and show it off. I don't know if I'd bother trying to beat it legitimately again. I did... I won't give actual spoilers, but if you hear someone talk about Simon, yeah, I did end up finding a build where you can just one-shot him on both phases because I don't have that kind of reaction time in that kind of game. I never actually did try to dodge him. I don't know how well that would have gone. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like it went just a little too far sometimes. Okay, maybe I'll start catching my breath. I've just been sprinting across town this entire time. Just running down the highway. Character's slightly thirsty. Yeah, I know what that's like. You didn't even have to talk this whole time. You just had to run from zombies. Alright, fine. Maybe I still have it easier. And I don't even know what time it is because my watch is on my other... No, it's at the house. I was going to say it was on my other body and then I was going to be upset because I left it in a horde of zombies, but nope, it's on the floor at that old house. But on the bright side, both the front and back door of that house are unlocked now because we've walked through them and not locked them again. Locks don't really matter for zombies. They don't know how to open doors. They just punch it. I do know where I'm going, by the way. I'm not just running endlessly down the highway. Oh, we keep the, Yeah, see, we're not too far away from home. We do keep the map progress of our old character. That's interesting. That shows you this is the first time I've actually bothered to just make a new character and not restart the entire save whenever I die. Do not let it be said that I did not make sacrifices in the name of content. Very small sacrifices, but you know, we'll get there. Eventually, once we hit affiliate and it's not excessive to think of sub goals and things like that, I do know I'll put Dark Souls 2 up as a sub goal. I do want to play through all the Souls games, not just because it's a typical VTuber thing. I do really enjoy them. I 100%ed them both. Not both, what am I talking about? I've 100%ed 1, 3. I only need 2 more achievements on Elden Ring, and then I've gotten that one. I really need to start actually playing Bloodborne, but the fact that it's 30 FPS on an old console does not encourage me to go play that. But I will get a capture card at some point, and that'll be another thing we can do. But Dark Souls 2, just... wrong time, wrong place, and wrong game. Everything was wrong. I do not like it. But yeah, I'd put myself through it for a sub goal. Maybe it'd be funny. Maybe not. We'll have to see. This is what I get for trying to come back home a different route. Yeah, Pixie, I don't know. I mean, I don't have any... I'm not aggressively against Dark Souls 2. It just feels off, if that makes sense. Like, everything about Dark Souls 2 is just a little bit off. And maybe I would have fun with it after a while. The hollowing mechanic seemed like a really cool, fluffy idea on paper. And then in practice, it just ruined my mental trying to play the game. But that was also before I got used to Dark Souls 1. So maybe I have the patience to do the kind of thing I'm talking about and actually approach the game that I'm uncomfortable playing. that reminds me, that is actually another thing I do want to do on the channel at some point. And Pixie, maybe you've heard of this if you like Dark Souls 2. I don't know if you watch JK Leads on YouTube at all. Yes, I am also just name dropping everyone I watch on YouTube at this point. But have you heard of Dark Souls Bingo? Yeah, I have the Demon Souls remake on PS5. I still need to actually play that one too. Okay, so there is a site called Bingo Sync where you can share a bingo board made for different video games with someone else. And so Dark Souls Bingo is you make a bingo board for different things you can do in Dark Souls, and then you race someone else to try to get bingo first. So it might be things like kill Andre to get the hammer, or beat a boss without an upgraded or with an unupgraded weapon, or something like that. And so it just seems really neat. You should go look it up if you have any free time when you're not doing all your classes. But I did think that would be pretty fun because I'm pretty familiar with the Dark Souls games. I haven't played it in maybe 2 years. But when I was playing it, I could look at a drop before picking it up and tell you what the item was for almost everything in the game. So I feel like that might be pretty decent content to make. I don't know who I would get on board to join me, though. Juno, who I was talking to earlier, is another VTuber who's just starting out kind of like myself, but she has already said that she wants to get a blind first play experience with Dark Souls. So obviously not playing bingo for that, but let's see. Okay, we're finally home. Let's just take a drink out of the sink, eat some dry macaroni, just half the box. We'll be conservative. And then we'll just rest somewhere. Yeah, I've never done really challenge runs in Dark Souls. I did try to do themed runs for each of the achievement sets, because there'll be achievements like get all of the miracles. So I'd try to do a faith build when I did that one. I didn't just try to fully cheese it out. 5:20 p.m. Okay, so hey, at least we get home in time for the last show of the day. I did get to the point where I was like skipping bosses and running around doing like the entire garden section before facing Taurus Demon and things like that. But didn't get too fancy with it. I might do that on the channel. I don't know. I even kind of struggled with the idea of playing Zomboid at first, because this is one of those games where you can easily pigeonhole yourself into being the Project Zomboid streamer, and then nobody wants to watch you play anything else. But I think at least for the next stream, we'll probably pick this back up again. But yeah, in general, I do want to sort of assert myself as a variety VTuber and try to, you know, we'll grow slow. That's fine. But, oh yeah, it's early days. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I'm surprised that I had more than one person in my chat. I don't want to sound negative, but being realistic, I am pleasantly surprised. And thank you for showing up. I do really appreciate it. And more importantly, goodness, I haven't emphasized it yet. You can't see the stream and you're still hanging out. That is extremely cool of you. I guess in this case, it is good that I have a habit of narrating everything I'm doing. We just got back to the house, and I'm just getting all of my old gear back on, which Probably does at this point stink. My last character never bathed or cleaned in any way. Oh, and I am already overburdened. What am I carrying that's so heavy? Oh, right, the planks I picked up. I remember now. Yeah, Zomboid is a really good chatting game, which just makes it more ironic I picked it when I didn't expect chat to be very active. But it's like a date. You don't go to a movie on the first date. You don't play a game that everyone's paying so much attention to the game and not each other. Then how are you supposed to learn about the streamer? I have missed the TV show while messing with things. That's okay. But see, things like that. Wait, no, that's right. I did watch the show. But yeah, like we need to pick a game where we can chat a little more. How's anyone supposed to know what kind of VTuber I am or what kind of content we're gonna do? If I just sat here and played Ryza, which it only has Japanese as a language, so that may not help if you're still having that issue where you can't see the stream. But I am also going to ask anybody who's leaving comments later on the VODs here, is that acceptable for secondary monitor content? I know I watch all of my anime in Japanese just because I like the voice acting better, but I still have to stop and look at the subtitles. So if anyone has strong feelings on whether or not we play a JRPG with only Japanese language, if that'd be preferable or not. Yeah. And thank goodness for the fact that Zomboid doesn't always require a lot of focus, because I am not good at focusing right now. Someone's beating down on the door again. Okay. Get the crowbar, find the zombie. Where are you at? Oh, there you are. At the side of the house. What did I do that you guys wanted to... Did you have to break my window? You're not gonna be able to pay to fix that. You're a zombie. No one's gonna hire you. And now there's more people in my backyard. Yeah, Pixie, I wouldn't even know what to do about that one. I think I'd probably just log in and log out of Twitch, and if it didn't work, I'd just kind of do what you're doing and hang out audio only. Kind of, it's like emote only, but just chat only stream. We'll pioneer a new method of streaming. I've just been playing Project Zomboid soundtrack in the background. I'm a fraud. I'm not even playing the game. You know what? Where are we at? We're at 3 carpentry again. But I've got all the stuff. Yeah, it's midnight, but we don't have neighbors anymore. Let's just disassemble furniture until I get tired. Hold on. I wonder if I don't have a faulty charging cable because my iPhone thinks that it's not plugged in. Now it thinks it's plugged in again. Huh. The stuff that only happens when you go live. Okay. Yeah, good grief. You've done, I think, everything I would have done, Pixie. Maybe Twitch has some kind of FAQ page on that issue? Does Google even say other people have had that problem? Now, was that a gunshot or was that somebody bashing on a door? I think that might have been a gunshot somewhere. Yeah, clearing cookies was supposed to do it? That is so weird. What about the cookies? What mystical objects are cookies that they can cause all these kind of problems? I want to say, yeah, it was the stream element stuff that I was dealing with earlier this week, trying to get everything set up for stream. And for some reason, clearing cache and cookies was the only thing that would fix it. Alright, well, I guess let's head out. I'm too wired to go to sleep. Nobody hanging out around side. Oh, but I hear somebody. Oh. It's just two. I mean, this is safe. And they're both dead very fast. Didn't have anything good on them, though. Couldn't have the decency to show up with a generator manual. I don't have a generator yet. I don't know why I'm so fixated on the manual. I just want to know how to plug in the generator. Yeah. Nothing like sneaking up on somebody with a crowbar. You know, that's another idea. I would be willing to go through Half-Life again for the sake of a video or a stream. It's been a long time since I've actually played the game. Let's see. I think I cleared out everything down here. Did I clear out the food? Yeah, because I think this is, yep, this is the house where I was infected and thought I'll just take everything in the dog food. Okay. Let's check out upstairs. Got the radio. TV remote, some scrap electronics. A magazine I haven't read yet. Still no emergency frequency on the radio, but at least I'm not going to get bitten for this one. Yeah, a few months ago I was watching Mint Phantom play through all of the Half-Life games, and I was reminded of the frankly horrible experience I had playing them at first. But it'd be fun. It'd be a fun stream to do. Now, when I first played Half-Life 1, it was 2012. I know I'm outing that I'm old. I'm sorry if my voice didn't already tell you that. And I had just gotten my first gaming PC type of thing. And I was asking my friends, I was like, what games do you play on the computer? Because I was just an Xbox kid. And they said, I don't know, Half-Life, I guess. And I did not have a fun time. But Half-Life was one of those games that was like every checkpoint you knew something was about to murk you. because it was specifically made to do that right after a checkpoint. No, Pixie, it's not, I wouldn't say it's a sin or anything. I would suggest going through the original before playing the remake, the Black Mesa remake, but that might just be old person nostalgia baiting in a way. Because I watched Mint playthrough, I think both of them. Maybe? I watched somebody play through both of them. And it seems like a really good remake where they definitely made changes. They definitely made the game better. But overall, it's still the same game, you know? Oh, that's why my inventory feels weird. I did not organize it. Got a pipe wrench. That's going to be nice. If I don't get infected again, I can at least get some things working. Yes, Half-Life is a very old game. Granted, in my defense, it was an old game when I played it too. Came out the same year you were born. Oh, now I'm afraid to go look up what year that was. Don't tell me. I can feel the dust forming on my skin already. Let's see, we got an electronics magazine. We don't care about those too much, though. Eat a bag of chips and see... Nah, not... Well, it's enough food. We don't have to worry about that. What else do we have? Oh, I need to go put this tea bag down. I'm just going to put it in the fridge because it's a beverage category, even though it's a bag of tea. Let's see, maybe there's more stuff upstairs to pull apart. Yeah, we got some more doors here. Yeah, I know I was kind of making a joke when I said we were going to play a cozy game and then I started up Project Zomboid, but it is unironically a very cozy game. It is either horrifying and intense until you learn that you can just calmly walk away from a zombie horde and be safe. And then you just have moments like this where we're just sitting inside, pulling apart all the furniture, dragging all the planks down to the window where we're eventually gonna make our rain barrels. And then, yeah, it's just oddly serene. And then a zombie starts punching your door and you freak out and then it's all gone again. Exactly. It's cozy until it's not. And I really enjoy that. The survival game aspect of it's cozy and suddenly everything's on fire and then 20 minutes later it's cozy again. I don't know why, I just really enjoy that. I would say Valheim, but Valheim doesn't have that same level of urgency. Even on default settings, Valheim's never like been threatening in the same way that Zomboid feels. Oh, for goodness sake, I keep missing the show. I need to start setting an alarm on the watch because I'm trying to be a decent VTuber and look at chat and make sure that the stream is working. And then I keep missing the time in the upper corner of the other window. Take a seat here and grab our electrician book. I don't really want to prioritize electrician. I just don't have another better book right now. Electrician is a good skill, but it's very slow to level up. So we definitely need the book bonus. And then we're still going to pull apart half the lamps in this neighborhood trying to get one level. But we only need level 2 to hotwire cars. And that is the only thing I've ever used electrician for. I think it's level 5 where we need it to make battery-powered lamps. But I feel like you just have to take the occupation if you want that level of electrician. Just clear out the neighborhood here. Nothing fancy. I think I cleared out this whole house. We'll just move on to the next one. Still looking in garages to try to find generators. We've got pretty much all the tools we need at this point that I can think of. Looking for better weapons, more food, just general survival stuff. Of course, the front door is locked. Oh. Hi, zombies. I didn't realize I opened the window so quickly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I want to find the generator. I still need to find the book to use it. But at least if I find the generator, then when I find the book, I've already got everything else I need. Other than gas. But that's also pretty easy to get. We've got a few gas cans around the house that we found. Alright, who's beating on the door? Where are they at? Oh, hi, buddy. Oh, yeah, like if you take the illiterate perk, yeah, that doesn't do enough for me, at least, to be worth the points. Someone upstairs, I guess. Get the lights on and figure out who's up here. Maybe it's a closet. Oh, no, you just weren't shaking the door. That is rude. You need to tell me when you're in here. But at least we got the key to the house off of him. Got anything good? Nobody has a backpack in this town. It's Kentucky. I thought everyone owned a backpack in Kentucky. Is this the part where I've been a content creator for 2 hours and 40 minutes and I immediately ask someone to like and subscribe if they're from Kentucky and have a backpack? Is that how this goes? Where's the zombie? Someone's hitting a door. Is there anything in the toolbox? No. Take a light bulb though. Ooh, we got the other auto manual. You know, that is another aspect of these games I really enjoy, is anything where you're scavenging. Just something about it, like this, or Into the Radius VR, if anyone's played that. Just the idea of, oh, you're in here. That idea of just walking around with a backpack and just grabbing everything. Just something about it feels satisfying. Especially when you get back to your base and you're just lining up canned goods on a shelf. I don't know, something about it. Turn that TV off. Probably should have done that earlier. Let's see. Nothing really to take here. What about the garage first? Some metalworking stuff, but none of the tools that we need. Oh, that's true. We still need the propane torch and the tank, and the welding mask. We'll grab some canned goods. At least bring home a bunch of non-perishable food. I should probably be checking cars in the neighborhood to see if anything is running and has a key in it. Because if we could take a quick run to the grocery store, that would be pretty amazing. Bowl of rotten stew? No thanks, I'm not that desperate. Soy sauce in the fridge. I don't think I've ever seen soy sauce in this game. That's cool. Alright, well, we're just gonna slowly trundle back home with nearly double our carry weight in canned goods. Me making a trip from the car to the kitchen after grocery day. Don't know what happened there. It just tabbed me out of the game for a second. Yeah, I should probably get the frozen stuff in the freezer first. We'll move that over. Yeah, I'll worry about moving that all around later. Go ahead and get some of this stuff put away. I do feel like this run is going to be more of the test run for the first stream. We might just roll a new character and start over next time. Especially since not everyone has been able to actually watch. So next time around, it won't be like anybody missed anything. We'll just start over, and maybe I won't get a 7% infection chance just off the bat. See, do we have anything in here? Yeah, just eat more chips. Why not? Where is it? It's on info. You can see I'm losing weight doing this because there is a whole system of like calories, carbohydrates, proteins, and fat on this. You can, it's not terribly deep, but it's deep enough that these things do matter. Like if you have enough proteins, then you get an XP buff when you do exercise. But the game doesn't give you a place to know it. You just kind of have to figure out what the rough numbers are and then just keep loading up on protein. This doesn't matter a whole lot, but I would just like to move the chair here to face the TV. Yeah, 10:20 a.m., no Moodles. Everything. Everything else seems fine. Oh yeah, see those flies here? So the flies over the bodies mean that there are enough of them in a small enough space that if I just sat there, I would eventually start to feel sick. I could go stripping all the zombies for tailoring XP, but that's not really worth it. I really want to get more skill books, but that horde of zombies over at the school, that scares me a little. Yeah, maybe next time I'll just try to play this a little better. I'll try to actually set alarms so that I'm not missing all of the Life and Living TV episodes while I try to maintain everything else I'm doing at the same time. Oh, this house also has a lot of zombies in it. What is with this part? Oh, and the door's open. What is with this version? Oh gosh, there's a lot of people in this house. Bye-bye. We got some stuck behind the door. I don't know why I insist on being brave. I should just leave. But we have a crowbar, and that makes us very strong. Strong enough, probably to get bitten and die. Come on, come on. Alright, now we just stand on top of the pile and finish him off. Good grief. Varsity jacket. We've got fashion here, but nothing that we want to take. Take some stale bread out of the house. That's nice. Ooh, a kitchen knife and some stale uncooked pasta. It's still edible. Me looking at anything in my pantry when it's no longer edible. We finally got a water bottle. The water bottle is... That's how bad my luck has been. Normally I find one really fast. I've been through 4 or 5 houses at this point. Once 2 characters. And it's just my first water bottle. I'm also very overburdened. I'm just going to open the front door of this place and drop some stuff off. Somebody over there. Probably not a problem. How's everything going? Yeah, everything else is doing fine. We look a mess. We are absolutely caked in blood. I don't think that affects anything, though. Maybe it increases your infection chance or something, but that's probably a mod I'm thinking of. Yeah, you would think so. You think you'd get sick. I know there were mods they gave you, like you had to go to the bathroom and things like that, that would do that sort of effect. I might just have to go look it back up on the wiki and figure it out. But the problem is it just takes so long to clean yourself that it feels like such a waste of time at first. A little hungry, a little tired. Missed the show again. I'm just not really tuned into catching the shows at this point. I've just accepted I'm gonna miss them. I'm going to have to go through here and check all my settings at a later point, because that is also not keeping my setting where when you finish an action, that it turns time back to normal. Well, you do everything you can, and sometimes it still goes wrong, but that's okay. Very minor thing to have gone wrong. The stream still ran. We're still here. You know, it worked out pretty well. Yeah, let's go check out this car. Maybe... no, it's definitely been in a collision. Trunk is locked. Yeah, it's beat up so bad the door doesn't open. Yeah, the only thing I could take out of that is the radio. How many zombies we have over here? Too many. Let's go the other way. Pretty sure I checked the mailbox this far out on my last run. Yeah. Aha. Got him on the chin. Oh, and I'm drowsy, which is why I'm doing no damage. Okay. Yeah, let's just head home and take a nap. Alright, do I have anything to set down? I do not. Well, let's not try to just entirely tune out. Let's at least set an alarm for 5:50, and I'll try and catch the last show here tonight. But in the short term, let's sleep that off. Oh, never mind. I set it for 5 a.m., not 5 p.m. Well, I tried. You can't get mad at me. I tried. I'm bad at 24-hour time. I'm American. I have a disability. No, I can't say that. Okay. Any food, more chips. That's all I need, just chips. That really was all I needed. Okay, how's the water bottle? Barely empty. How is my carpentry skill? Not level 4. Oh, but it is 8:30 p.m. now. Maybe I'll just make my way up the street towards the school and find another house to break into and sleep for the night. Yeah, empty calories, it's the best. It's all you need. What's nutrition anyway? We really are just living the average meme of a VTuber life, just empty calorie snacks, being terrified to leave our house, closing the curtains every time we do anything inside because we're afraid of being seen. This feels a little on the nose, actually. Maybe that works out. I cannot speak to the accuracy of dragging 1 or 2 people at a time from down the street and using a crowbar, but you know, I've been a VTuber for, I mean, if we're counting since going live, maybe 3 hours. So maybe there's just things I don't know yet. Maybe we crowbar people. Literally me, exactly. I really do, though, even before this. Because, I mean, obviously, if I'm going to stream like this, I've got to close the curtains. No one knows who I am now, but eventually, I'd like it if we picked up, you know. I don't want to sound too optimistic, but at the same time, what am I doing streaming if I don't at least kind of expect to eventually pick up, you know? But even before that, it was just always closing the blackout curtains, just trying to keep the sunlight out. I'm also light sensitive, which doesn't help. The diabetes was not taken care of as much as a kid, so I do have some issues, but nothing anybody has to worry about other than me. Get them both. Okay. You guys have anything good on you? No, still nothing. I mean, I do have a point. It is getting late in game, but my character did just sleep, so I'm not even going to be that tired. We'll just keep making our way to the school until we get tired or there's just too many zomboids, maybe. I don't even know what loot I'm expecting off them. I'm just kind of disappointed all they have is regular clothes. Come on, guys. Drop something I want. Drop a magazine that doesn't spawn on you. You know what? Digital watch is good. I'll take that. Stomp on that one's head. Try to save the crowbar a little bit. Ooh, got a knockdown. Alright. Oh, there's a lot. Still nothing in the mailbox, though. Oh, man. Alright. Maybe we just try to break into this house to take a quick rest on the couch. And never mind, they saw me enter the home. Okay, how many of you are there? 2? 2 is tolerable. What's going on with you? Oh, it's just your hairstyle. They have like a pumpkin on their head. You've got a knife in you. It's a fork. I know you use what you have to, but who is going around only stabbing zomboids with forks in this apocalypse? There is better self-defense than this. Can I not actually reach the curtain? Oh. This house doesn't let you reach that curtain. That's weird. Anybody in here? Yes. Okay. How do I get into the backyard? Sir, this isn't my house. You still cannot break the windows, though. Okay, there's a few. They're probably fine. Yeah, there's less now than there were. That broken window's totally fine. I'm sure that's not gonna come back to haunt us. Okay. You know there was an open door. You didn't have to break out the window. This house is not terribly safe at this point. Ooh, Carpentry Volume 2. We did really need that. Yeah, we'll close the curtain. Oh. Hey, buddy. Where'd you come from? That's starting to take a few too many swings to kill them for my liking. It's very dark in here. I have the light, please. There we go. The actual minor panic when the light switch just isn't clicking for some reason. Oh, we have guitars. Not exactly a two-hander kind of weapon person. I say holding a two-handed crowbar. Maybe I just don't like the heavier weapons. Where's the light switch up here? Is there no light switch at the top floor of this house? Who built this house? This is terrible. Hello, nothing. this a radio? Yeah, this one's a radio. What do you have? The crowbar is my favorite weapon. It is just like the perfect mix of, it has really high damage for the weight that it is. And it's got a pretty good swing speed despite being a two-handed weapon. It feels like one of those things they missed in the balance. Like the balance patches and things. They're just accidentally way better than the other weapons. Do we take the dead mouse? Yeah, we take the dead mouse. Somebody's beating on the door somewhere, but it's not my problem right now. Although I do need to fix that before we try to sleep. It really is. It's very durable, and it almost always spawns with full durability. Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. You can remove the planks and things from the walls and the windows with, or doors and windows with the crowbar. To be honest, usually by the time I find a crowbar, I already have a hammer and saw, so I'm just using the regular tools anyway. But yeah, it's always nice when you find it. What is this creepy, like, go around a corner into a closet? Being very harsh to the architecture here, but like, if I was gonna buy this house, what is with half of these closets? Ooh, finally got a fanny pack. Yes, it is imperative that I just immediately move my writing utensils to another inventory. Try to clean that up a little bit. It's also really dark down here. There it is. I used to get a little frustrated when VTubers were a bit blind when it came to things, and having my ring light just on the lowest setting and still having trouble seeing some of this, I immediately apologize. It is. Sometimes it really is just that hard to see, like the light switch on the wall in the dark in here. We'll just eat half a pineapple. There's no jokes about that. We don't. We'll just finish it off. Let's see. Oh. Fair number of zomboids in the middle of the street. And a fair number more right next to them. At this point, I'm just going to be surprised if I survive until the end of the stream. We've got, what, 23 minutes to try to live? Yeah. See how much longer we can keep this one character going. Yeah, exactly. You don't have to worry about things being hidden in the dark if you're not the one playing. It's like being able to watch someone play a horror game because, well, you don't have to worry about getting jumped. You still kind of do. Is there anything good here? Just digital watch. Yeah, didn't really have anything on them. I know it's 1993 or whatever, guys, but can more of you have digital watches? Or like car keys? Car keys would be great. Especially if the car had gas. And, I don't know, drove. It's only been a week in-game from the time that the infection started. How did everyone's cars become beaters? And were people just siphoning gas out of everyone else's car from the first day? Like, a few people became infected, and now everyone's just siphoning gas out of each other's cars in their driveways to get out of town? The gas station still has gas. I'm just gonna fight another 7 zombies with a crowbar when I'm half tired. And sure, it reduces my damage by what, like 10%, I think, at tired level 1. It's fine. It's not a problem. That actually was not a problem. Okay. Maybe I can sneak into a new house. I can. I could have just walked back around and sat on the couch at the old house, but that's not fun. Please close the curtain. There we go. Someone's hitting a door somewhere. Or a window? Yeah, that one's a window. Oh. Where'd you guys come from? I was just looking through that window. There was no one there. Huh. Alright. Is there anybody else who's gonna mess with me? Don't see anybody else. Alright, let's try this again. Ooh, we got the propane torch. I don't know why I'm excited. I'm not keeping this character, but found a thing. See, we'll just fill our water bottle and drink out of the toilet real quick. Perfectly valid sinks and probably water in the fridge at every house, but you know, survivalism and all that. Fishing book? Yeah, but someone's trying to break down a door. Okay, where are we at? Not outside. Must be upstairs. Oh. I'm kind of glad for the jump scare noise. I did not see them standing there. Barely tell there's a light switch there. Okay. No, can't tell which door is getting beat down, so we're just going to check all of them. Maybe it's a closet again. You in here? Yeah. Nice. And I got the keys again. Come on. Well, there's a second fanny pack. I can wear this on the back now. Call this one meds. And we can store some of our medicine in there and kind of clean out the inventory a little more. Oh, the vitamins don't fit? Okay. That's fair. Where's the light switch? In this room, there's just not one? Okay. Well, that works. Yeah, we need to find a couch to rest on. Maybe like here, facing where the zomboids would come and get us, and now we just speed up time for a little while. Now we're just hungry. Do we have anything edible? Can I process this? No, I need a knife. Will a bread knife work? No. A burger? A burger from just cheese? I can make a cheese sandwich? I do wonder what the functional difference is sometimes between some of these options. It's probably just that what you choose to make first. Alright, so peanut butter and marmalade again, just the typical. Except we're going to add tomato paste, processed cheese. And that's all we got. Okay, well, you know what? Can't be picky in the apocalypse. And it's a good thing we're not, because my goodness, that sounds vile. Oh, there's more zomboids outside. Alright, we're just gonna steal all the food while we're here. We need that. Anything good on you? Nope. There's a whole bubble of them over here. Oh, yep. Thought I saw you sneaking around in the trees. Nothing on either. Again, nothing. Wait a minute. Do you have... No. She had one of the fancy dresses. I was kind of hoping she'd have the fancy gloves, because for some reason, the silk gloves still count for protecting your hands from glass shards. Because they're gloves. I don't know. It works. And we're just going to crouch walk our whole way through this neighborhood. No, we're not, because some of the zomboids forgot me at a very unfortunate space and time. We leveled up Long Blunt. Okay. Really been making use of the crowbar for a while. Nope, nope. Maybe there's less zomboids down this way and we'll just kind of walk around. No, there's a lot of zomboids in every direction. Well, I chose this one, so we're going this way. I have noticed if you attack while crouch walking forward, you do this sort of running attack kind of thing. It looks really neat. I don't think it does any more damage or like it's any better, but it's a nice little flare. Maybe I can sneak past everybody here and get to the school without attracting a huge crowd. I'm gonna guess chances are no, but who knows? Maybe. Yeah, someone saw me. How many someones? 3? Yeah, 3's doable. Okay. Let's just clear the way out while we go. Yeah, getting lucky with these knockdowns. I say before I don't get lucky with the knockdowns anymore. Tired? Yeah, a little. Eh. Almost snuck up on me. How's the crowbar doing, actually? Yeah, still doing really good on condition. We've been using it for this entire character, and it's and some of the previous character, and it's lost maybe a fifth of its total durability. It's going to be a little expensive to repair. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't do a good enough job pulling the crowd away from the school when I died last time. I don't think we're gonna get in there. There's just more in that direction. Well, sure, why not? We'll go for the lower crowd. Yeah, it definitely helps when you upgrade maintenance. Maintenance is just one of those skills that's really hard to upgrade because you don't get any books for it. And there's no TV show for it because it's not a survivalist skill. And you kind of just have to keep using weapons and repairing stuff. And eventually it levels up. But it's like fishing. It's one of those things that I probably won't get to use for a long time because I'm just not good enough at the game to last long enough that I get those benefits. I like how I say that that crowd is too much, and now I'm just fighting the 20 zombies that found me. We got light-footed. I want to say light-footed is what makes me move faster when I'm in combat stance. So at least the backstepping will go a little faster. And you can kind of hear the kill noises, so we are getting rid of some of these guys. Yeah, there we go. We're starting to clear it out. This is where I get confident and where I die. Anybody behind me? Actually, yes. I'm glad I looked. Except now I'm tired. Well, I'm exhausted, I guess. And so that's taking some damage away. Sneaking leveled up, that's nice. Still too many zombies to really deal with out there. Can I get inside this house? Please, I just need to sleep on your couch for a while. Please. Really trying. Window's not opening. Okay. Fine, I'll try a different window. Of course, that one opens right away. Well, wait. Close. Close window. There we go. Now close curtain. Is that door in this house? Oh, yeah. Well, that kind of works out. I was tired of listening to that anyway. And we got some adhesive bandages for our troubles. Just close all these curtains. 9:40, so there's no time for the show. But we can at least rest here for a little bit, refill some stamina. We still have a few minutes left. Okay. Let's see. Do I have any food in my inventory? Kind of. How much peanut butter? Yeah. I'll just eat this jar of peanut butter. 103 carbs. Dies of diabetes. That's the curse of having any kind of disease or medical condition that requires you understand a little more about nutrition than the average person. Because as a diabetic, I have to understand carbs to a degree, and it has ruined most food around me. I remember it was earlier this week, we were feeling lazy, my wife and I, and we were figuring out, oh, did we want burgers or did we want Taco Bell? So I figured out you can find Taco Bell's menu online. That's not the surprising part, but that they actually had nutrition facts on there for a few things. I was not expecting most of their menu to be 60 to 80 carbs. That is terrifying. I used to eat 2 of those. Oh, people are showing up. That's not great. Oh, I tripped. Oh, I've been scratched and I'm bleeding. What do you want to bet if I live long enough that becomes infected too? They took my crowbar and knocked it out of my hands. Oh, and I'm limping because my leg is recovered. Okay. Well, goodbye, crowbar. It was nice knowing you. But yeah, it was just amazing. I used to eat 2 of those burritos a day. Well, not a day, not like every day. But whenever I'd go to eat there, I would at least have 2 burritos because they're not that big. I am just kind of running in a circle now because I don't know where to go. I'm just going to... This is what I meant by overconfidence. I got stuck talking and didn't realize I was being snuck up on by like 5 more zomboids. But yeah, no, a healthy human, at least if you have diabetes, 40 carbs is your limit per meal. And honestly, that's a little high in my case. So the fact that I was having 120, yeah, no wonder I had issues. Oh, did you hear that? That gunshot is, they're called meta events. They're kind of random events in the game. There's no actual, like there's no actual person shooting a gun in that case, but it's just, it spawns a noise off in the distance somewhere and it'll drag all the zomboids for in here. Like you saw somebody over here was just kind of wandering towards it because they heard the sound. Yeah, maybe I just take shelter in the school because this is kind of where, no, this is how we died, right? That's just cheesy. It's fine. It's for the fun. Yeah, I mean, they were trying to do NPCs early on, but understandably, that's just really hard to do in this kind of game. And I mean, maybe not as much, but I at least sympathize with how involved that would have been to get NPCs here and working and, you know, functional with the zomboids going on at the same time. Because they were supposed to be more intelligent and kind of like bandits, from what I understand. I only got into this game 3-ish years ago, maybe. And when I say get into the game, I played it for 60 hours, kept dying on day 1, eventually stopped, and then maybe a month or 2 ago got really into the game again and actually tried to learn it and get better. Oh, there are a lot of zombies in the school here. Oh gosh. Don't worry, some of this blood is theirs. A lot of it's probably just mine, though. You know what? I did not actually need to get caught there. This works. This works. Okay. Well, you know what? You know what? Let's do this. And let's move back. we'll go ahead and call it here. We've got 2 minutes until the end of the stream anyway. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for showing up. Definitely, I want to hear in the comments of the YouTube VOD what you guys think. Just anything in general. Honestly, it's all good. Like and subscribe and all the cool stuff. Come by the streams. Make sure to follow. And yeah, until the next time the Crosswinds call. Thank you, everyone.